Hey there YouTube, MrLuBuFu here with another cube draft. Whichever one starts to fill up first, whether it be single elimination or Swiss, will be the one that we join. So you can do either one, and whichever one fills up first will be the one that we do. It can either be more games guaranteed, but worse prize pack or worse prize payout, or slightly lower or blah, blah, blah. Words are difficult to speak in the Englishes. So it seems we're now at 3-3. So it could go either one. Oh, that seems to be filling up. I guess I'll prep, and yep. Seems like this one will fire first. So I think go ahead, joining in, doing a little bit of Swiss, and then moving on will be the right decision. Come on. Come on. So those of you that don't know, this is a powered cube, so all the Moxen, Black Lotus, Mind Twist, all those very, very powerful cards are here. Oh, look. So we got for winning last last or playing last draft. Okay, so this pack does not have anything kind of broken. Anyone I know in the queue? Not really. So this pack doesn't have anything broken of any stretch of the imagination. Um, there's like Empty the Warrens if you want to go Storm, but though I like Tendrils a little bit better, and I like Brain Freeze a little bit better. I kind of want to force either Storm or some giant ramp deck. And I guess I could start it by taking Empty the Warrens. Um, Otherwise, I'd take Avenger of Zendikar, probably. It's one of those two. I guess I'll take the Avenger, just because Storm is very hotly contested in a lot of these drafts, and Empty the Warrens isn't the best way to win anyway, just because there's Wrath effects and the like. Well, that card's busted. So then there's this pack, which has a Jitte in it. There's also Sulfuric Vortex, which is pretty cute. Mox Diamond is also fine in Storm, but Jitte is kind of hard for a lot of decks to beat. Especially the decks that I like to draft, especially if it's like a green-based ramp one with just mana dorks, and then Jitte and Avenger, that sort of thing. Then there's this pack, which doesn't follow up any of our first picks really well. Goyf is pretty mediocre. Not mediocre, but Goyf is only okay. Geist is perhaps the most powerful card here in the pack. You just have to kind of commit to it. Also, Pelucranos, Incinerate, and then there's a Chandra. We're just going to take Geist as the highest upside, really. Maybe we're not in the green ramp deck, and we can go into a blue-white deck with Geist. Either way, we're probably not playing anything. Well, then there's this pack. There's Control Magic, which is very, very, very good. There's a Sneak Attack, though, which I think I'm just going to take Sneak Attack and commit to it now. Otherwise, I'd take Sword of War and Peace or Control Magic. But I think I'm going to commit to the Sneak Attack and start just taking giant dudes and sneak attacking them into play. Sneak attacking the Avengers also not bad either. I am kind of like sad I have to pass a sword since I don't like to do it, but well, I mean, if we're gonna sneak attack stuff, Woodfall Primus is not a bad one. Um, because it also has persist, so if it dies, it comes back into play. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get a Woodfall Primus. So right now we're looking at green-red. So we want to pick up some more ramp, in case we want to like hard cast these giant monsters. And then we also want to pick up some other dudes that can hold a Jitte and just help in the early game. This pack is pretty good actually. Even if we're like, there's just a lot of high quality white cards here with Gideon and Restoration Angel both being very, very powerful. If we don't play the Geist, like I think do I take Gideon or do I take Resto? Resto does do stuff with sneak attack. Um, I could just take it and be okay. I think the correct pick here is actually Windswept Heath though. Getting the mana base stable for this deck is kind of a necessity since we don't know what since we want to be able to have all our mana in the appropriate colors. Wow, this pack still has an Ancestral Vision in it. It's also a Simic Signet, which is also so okay. Ancestral Vision is just really good. I'm okay with going blue-green, splashing red for sneak attack. Like, Ancestral is just such a powerful card, I think. Otherwise, I'd take the Signet. I think the Signet might be correct, but I can pick up Signets later and other rampier sort of things. This pack is kind of empty for the most part. I'm going to take the Ancient Grudge, though. It is the most likely. Let's see, exile top card of your graveyard. That's more reanimator sort of thing. This card's surprisingly powerful in Powered Cube if you're in green-red, which it looks like that's what we're going to be going into. Or we could go green-blue. Shardless Agent cascading into Ancestral Vision is pretty saucy. I'm just going to take it over Maze of Ith, which is also surprisingly can do a lot of work against sneak attack or against giant creatures. But I think I'm going to go green-blue, splash a little bit of red. Fauna Shaman fits right in with this sort of deck. Discard a cheap creature, get an expensive one, then sneak attack it into play. There's a late Sulfuric Vortex, though, but I think I'm just going to take the Fauna Shaman, go green-blue. Here I'll just take the Incinerate, the most likely card for us to pick up, or to actually play. All the white cards. Cloudgoat Ranger is probably one of the more annoying ones. I'm going to hate a Step Links here, just because I don't want people to play a white Winnie deck. Don't really care for any of these. That's the best one in the heavy black deck. I mean, we do have a couple of creatures that can hold the Jitte, which is pretty good, and then we have the ability to sneak attack stuff. It's important that the Kozilek, no, the Ulamog, was it Ulamog? I think it was Ulamog in the first pack didn't table. We did get the Avenger though, which is not a bad one. It's not like as good with sneak attack, just because it'll get you like 3 or 4 dudes, Teetering Peaks. But like Woodfall Primus with sneak attack's pretty saucy. Picking up any more Eldrazi's good. Show and Tell's fine. I like the Ancestral Vision Shardless Agent combo we have going too. Let's see, what do you want to pick up? Soul Ring is always a card that I like to get. Ugh. Bugger. This pack is good. There's an Elspeth. There's a Coalition Relic. There's a Raphaelos. There's a Mana Crypt. Mana Crypt is the pick. Fast mana is really powerful. Mana Crypt does kill you pretty fast if you're unlucky, which is, you have to keep that in mind, that you have to kill them pretty fast. But being able to go turn 1 land, for us it doesn't do anything, it'd be turn 2 land, Mana Crypt, sneak attack, and have it in play is not a bad one. Otherwise I'd take Elspeth. Maybe we table Green Sun Zenith. Probably not Raphaelos, even though Raphaelos is the one that I want. Ooh, 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 you're the one that I want. Wow, this pack. This pack has cards. Other Elspeth, Lily, Tez. None of them we really can play. Like, this pack is almost empty for us, really. We could Intuition, but that's not the best. Polluted Delta, I guess I'll take. Just in the off chance we get blue, one of the duels or a Shockland or something like that. Kind of sad that we have to pass all these cards up, though. Hide this Tutoring Peaks. Since we are going Rug, it looks like. I would like to pick up a couple more giant creatures or a Show and Tell or something like that. Or an Emrakul. One of the Eldrazi would be fine. Getting the Annihilator trigger off of sneak attacks pretty nice. Then there's this pack where there's a Strip Mine, there's an Urabrask, there's a Grim Monolith. I think I just take a Grim Monolith here. It ramps you pretty fast, including the Mana Crypt, over Absence Pilgrim, I guess. I like the Strip Mine a lot. Like, you can do stupid things with Strip Mine. It's also a Savannah, but I don't think we're white, so I'm just going to take the Grim Monolith, have a little bit more ramp. I would like to pick up some more creatures, because it looks like we have, like, a Rug Shell and not much. Like, there was Sneak Attack and some creatures, and then some, like, little dudes. Well, there's a Trop. There's a Terastodon. Terastodon's the third one of the trifecta. But I think we can pick up plenty of big creatures. I'd rather pick up the Tropical Island. Fix our mana just a little bit. There is a Gruul Signet that I'm also tempted by, but I still think I need the duel here. Because it gets fetched by by both Windswept and Polluted Delta. I think I have to just take this. Make our mana a little bit better. That pack had just a lot for us. It's unfortunate that we had to pass so much. That is a very late hint to Turok. There's also an Ancient Tomb, but I think I'm just going to take a Solemn Simulacrum here. I like Ancient Tomb more than most people, but between Mana Crypt and other things, I think I'm just going to have another way to fix our mana. There is Scalding Tarn, but Solemn is, one, another creature, two, gets our mana fixed anyway and draws a card. Here, Angel of Serenity is okay. It does allow for some fun stuff with Sneak Attack. Also a Sylvan Library and Awakening Zone. I'm probably just going to take Awakening Zone here. Green-blue decks I like to draft tend to want Awakening Zone. Ooh. Genesis Wave, Primal Command, Simic Growth Chamber, or Zealous Conscripts. Zealous Conscripts is a card that people undervalue greatly, and it just wins games by itself. And sneak attacking on Zealous Conscripts can be just absolutely decimating for so many decks. Nothing here terribly good. Like there's Dungeon Geists, and not much else for us. There's like Bloodline Keeper's good. Revelark is pretty saucy too. Just gonna take the Dungeon Geists though. Well, I think I'm just gonna take a Vengevine here. There is a Strangler Geist and a Kitchen Finks. Vengevine plus Fauna Shaman's not bad. Vengevine plus Sneak Attack's not bad. I think I'm just gonna take the Vengevine here and be okay with it. Picking up a Birthing Pod would also not be bad. This was the pack that was completely empty for us. I'm just gonna hate a Vindicate here, just because there's nothing there I'd rather play. Here I guess I'll just take a Savannah. The off chance we get a white spell. I don't think I'm going heavy enough in the red for Urabrask, so I'm just gonna take a Savannah here. Neither of these, like Bob doesn't go in our deck. This isn't the best for us. It's so expensive. I'm just gonna take an Apocryphite. I could take Tin Street Hooligan, but we already have an Ancient Grudge, so I don't think I need another one. I guess I'll just take a Goblin Vandal here. Doesn't really matter. Midian Mortis is playable. Not necessarily for our deck. And Random Creature that we're probably not going to play. I mean, we can't make Walden a big thing with Savannah and our other lands. So basically, I want to pick up more big creatures. It seems like someone else is in that plan, though. So that's marginally unfortunate. Well, there are cards here. There's a Cobra. There's Armageddon, which is powerful. Johnny Vengeance, one of the better Planeswalkers in Cube. Elish Norn's very good. We're just to take Kozilek. We needed one more giant creature, and well, there we go. Kozilek is, not a bad one to cheat in with Sneak Attack or to hardcast. So, yeah, maybe we table the Cobra. Probably not, though. Then I'll take a Looter Core, but we'll see. Now we have enough giant creatures. Now we just want to fill up the rest of the curve with what we want. There's a Garruk. There's also an Oran Viper, but that's a Garruk. Garruk putting in a Woodfall Primus or Adventure Zendikar is also not bad. We're kind of short on ramp, but we can get there. I'm just going to take a Garruk and see where that takes us. Do people not know how good these cards are? Mind Twist is insane. Unfortunately, we can't take it. We're just going to take a Library of Alexandria, though. We could have the Crucible Strip Mine combo, but Library's busted. Like, it's actually busted. I don't know who passed it. Someone should write on it, take first pick or something like that, because that card's so good. This pack, I'm going to take a Riftwing Cloudskate over Edric and over Call of the Herd. Nethervoid's a card too, but... So I don't know why people passed in the library. Here we can take a Court of Calling. This is when you cast. So this puts onto the battlefield. Mystical Tutor fetches us what? Ancestral. Really not much Mystical Tutor fetches us. Just take a Shapeshifter, I guess, then. There's another Elspeth. We could have had all 3 Elspeths, too. So take a Shapeshifter here. Another creature. Well, Natural Order is a card I wanted to pick up. So, yay, we got Natural Order. Now I just want to pick up some cheap, dorky dudes. So we can Natural Order a cheap dude into a Wolfall Primus. Pity we didn't pick up the Terrastodon now, but I didn't expect to get a Natural Order this late. We're also a little bit short on actual ramp. We have basically an Awakening Zone, a Grim Monolith. Solemn's not exactly legit. Top is boring. Could restock? Restock after a sneak attack is not bad. It's better than any of these other cards, I guess, because Brainstorm's fine. We have 2 fetches and a Garruk and Fauna Shaman to shuffle, plus Shardless Agent, I guess. No, I think Brainstorm seems okay, actually. Yeah, Brainstorm seems okay. Birthing Pod, eh? So we have 2, we have 3, we have 4, we have 5. I think it's good enough for Birthing Pod, actually. As much as I like Mere Battlesphere, I think I'm just going to take Birthing Pod. Birthing Pod plus Zealous Conscripts is so good. Why is this card still in the pack? Do I just hate a Johnny Vengeance? We do have the ability to play it. We do have the Savannah I took, so yeah, time to go super greedy. Nothing here stands out. I'm just gonna take a Masticore. It's another 5-mana creature to go to, I guess. None of these is that good. Destroy target, 2 damage, destroy target artifact. Guess I'll take it as a random 3-drop creature. So this deck is pretty terrible overall, but we're gonna have a little bit of fun with it, I think. Sure. This deck is pretty terrible. I kind of don't want to post this on YouTube, but I still will. The restock tabled, okay. It seems we were just like in the wrong deck, I think. But I'm not, it's just hard to tell. I think we may have committed a little bit too early to the sneak attack, but you have to commit hard when you make these sort of decisions, I think. Especially in this sort of fun powered cube. So Jite and Solemn and Masticore. I'm not gonna play Nacatl. I'm gonna play Kozilek though. Fauna Shaman, Awakening Zone, Call. I might just play that. So we have we have 7 into 8. Unfortunately, we don't have a 9 converted mana cost creature. If we did, it would get kind of saucy with our Birthing Pod. Broodmate, and a Johnny because we can. Play Zealous Conscripts and Sneak Attack. So this is perhaps one too many card. It's super greedy. I think I'm just going to cut this to Johnny. Even though we have the method of playing it, I don't think it's correct. Still going to play the Savannah, though. And then, yeah, we're going to play another 10 lands. That puts it 15. That's essentially 16. We need to make one more cut, so I'm going to cut this Thornscape Battle Mage. No, I think I'm going to cut the Call to the Herd instead, actually. We want a few more creatures that, like, this is a fine spell. I'm just going to take this. It also can destroy artifacts, which is kind of relevant. And that's playability for the Savannah enough. Randomly played a Broodmate Dragon. Also seems pretty bad. Just to get from 6 to 7, though. I think that's what we're going to do. Have randomly one swamp. Yep, one swamp. 2, 2, 6. I don't think I want 6. I want 5. And I definitely want that to that. Done. There you go. Play 41 cards for luck. Thank you guys for watching. See you in round 1.